Hello, I'm Amara Jones, and today is Wednesday, February 24th. This is Caffeine TV, your daily news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up today is 3, as in 3 years. Tomorrow will mark the 3rd anniversary of the killing of Trayvon Martin at the hands of George Zimmerman. But yesterday, the Justice Department informed the family of Trayvon Martin that they would not be prosecuting George Zimmerman for the killing of Trayvon Martin, meaning that George Zimmerman won't serve any time for the death of Trayvon Martin. Now, federal prosecutors have looked into the possibility of holding Zimmerman to account under federal hate crime statutes, but after 75 interviews and reviewing all of the evidence, could not find that racial animus was a motivating factor in that murder. Now, one of the things that's been revealed after the death of Trayvon Martin is the vast differences in perceptions by blacks and whites and all races into our justice system, whether or not it's working or not, with many people of color wondering how anyone could look at the disproportionate prosecution of blacks and Latinos and conclude anything other than the fact that it's not working. But tonight, a documentary on PBS, American Denial, looks at answering that question, and one of its answers is that as long as systems are working for whites, they are perceived to be working properly, and all that means is that under our current system, it would have been very difficult for Trayvon Martin's family to get justice. The next number up today is 1. That's the number of the first bill passed by the new Republican-controlled Congress this year. But yesterday, it was vetoed by President Obama. The Keystone Pipeline, that 1,179-mile transport mechanism, which would have sent dirty Canadian tar sands oil to the Gulf of Mexico for processing. But one of the questions all along is why Republicans were so keen on the Keystone Pipeline in the first place. It would have only created 35 jobs and would have contributed to global warming by as much as 20% more than normal oil. Well, I got to digging around, and it turns out that on opensecrets.org, 9 out of $10 in political contributions from the oil and gas industry went to the Republican Party. So this is just an instance of he who pays the piper calls the tune. But it also got me to thinking about how different the world would be if it was one in which 9 out of $10 in political contributions could come from poor people. The last number up today is 18. That's the age of Zendaya Coleman, the 18-year-old former Disney star who was attacked for wearing locks on the Oscars red carpet on East Fashion Police by Giuliani Rancic, who said that her locks looked as if they smelled of, quote, petroleum oil and weed, close quote. Now, of course, there was a backlash against the inherent racism embedded in her comments, including by her co-host Kelly Osbourne. Now, yesterday, Giuliani Rancic realized the error of her ways and recorded an apology. We posted it on our Facebook. All I can say about it is that it's a lot better than Paula Deen's. But honestly, one of the things I wondered is what would it possess Giuliani Rancic, a 40-year-old, to attack an 18-year-old child? I mean, there were plenty of adult targets on the red carpet that had far greater offenses than whatever one she perceived came from Zendaya, and they were fair game. But honestly, the fact that an adult would attack the fashion sense of a child, to me, is what smells the most.